I'll totally blame it on Signal. Yeah, totally. Okay, I gotta end this giveaway. Oh, Mighty Quinn. All right, let's get this in here. Zach, take us in. Take us in. I'm doing giveaway stuff right now.
I'll take us in. No worries. I'll take it in. So we got Rage here with a Conqueror. Holy!
What is this lunacy?
And a Montana, and then they've got Venezia, Salem, Stalingrad, and your favorite ship in the whole game, Hindenburg.
Oh, yeah.
Marceau, and then Gearing, Marceau, and Daring. Do you want me to cover the other side?
No, I'm back now. We got it going. All right, so...
Oh, my God.
What?
There's a Conqueror on the other side.
Yes, there is. This is Conqueror versus Conqueror. CAST coming to the dance. Conqueror, Kremlin, Des Moines. Another Hindenburg, Moskva, Stalin, Daring, Kleber, and Yu Yang, our second Yu Yang sighting of the day.
Mm-hmm. So it seems you guys are a little freaked out by the Conqueror appearance, but in my opinion, and I have my sources for this, but I think you're going to see this ship a little bit more as the tournament moves on.
I would think so too. Conqueror has ridiculous HE. It's got the very nice super heal, and the AP is not something to laugh at if you're up close.
No,
it can burn down stuff at long range, as we all know, and I think it'll be pretty popular, especially when the pick ban system come in, because BBs at the top of my head that I think people would immediately go for if they decide would be like a Kremlin or maybe a Yamato or whatever. But I think Conqueror will prove to be pretty popular, but we'll see.
Now, I just have to ask, why are we not seeing any Thunderers here?
It's not allowed. So ships that are not available for purchase,
Correct. There are... Petro is the only officially available banned ship, but historically in the rules, King of the Sea organizers have disallowed ships that are not readily and freely available for any player to purchase. Ships that have been retired or removed from sale. If those, tier 10 ships ended up on that naughty list, are removed from the tournament availability.
Which is why we're not seeing Summers or Smallland as well.
Yes,
correct.
And Summers and Thunderer were extremely popular picks in the last console.
They were, and Smallland. I mean, they were hugely impactful picks.
Yeah. So
now, one thing. Go ahead.
I just wanted to bring it up because some of my viewers were asking, where are these other ships that are super powerful and OP?
Good question. It's a good question, and the last thing I want to point out, both of these teams in Latorre Division are 2-2. So once again, we're looking for teams that are fighting for that third win to give them I won't say a guaranteed chance, but a almost guaranteed chance of moving on to day 2. Now,
Sanma coming under combined firepower now. He's in a really precarious position.
Conqueror from long range. Oh, baby, dunking on that Monty. 14k and a fire.
I see that.
I like to see.
Now, one thing we saw here, CAST gets that Kleber into B right away, gets him in, gets the cap, and they're trying to get him out of there. So, that's something that the Kleber on to B in the last game we saw in Trap, not quite so quick. Now we're looking at Yang versus Marceau down at A. I'm wondering when that Yang doesn't need his radar because the Marceau has got his guns going.
Well, he doesn't need his radar anyways. He outspots the Marceau.
Exactly.
That Hindenburg for Rage is in a very lackluster position, in my opinion, sitting up there next to the C cap. He's face-hugging a Stalingrad, and he's not able to use all of his guns, and he's not in open water away. I wonder if he'll be able to get out of that spot. That's going to be very difficult.
He'll be able to get out a little.
He can reverse back behind that island and get flipped and then get turned around.
I do agree, though. I mean, why would you play Hindenburg like this?
Actually, the Kleber and the cap can keep him lit. That'll be tough. Yeah.
Yeah, and the Moskva also down at the A cap for SEAST is in a pickle. Conversely, sitting in open water, Montana, Salem.
Yeah, now he's in this world. I don't understand this decision, right? Because most of the time you find an island to butt up to.
Yeah.
But he's just sitting there like, come at me, bro.
Well, perhaps at the start of the game, he did have to turn away from that long-range Stalingrad salvo.
Yes.
Maybe he was trying to take the short route and had to turn out, and now couldn't get back to a good position or a good angle to come into the rock at, and it looks like he's going to pay for it here at some point in the near future.
Yep. You mentioned it. I zoomed in on him and watched salvo after salvo after salvo came in after him.
Now,
Yeah,
He is definitely the pick target for Rage right now.
one thing I want to point out about Rage's deployment, right? They're seeding the C cap almost completely to CAST, right? They've got this gearing that's kind of trapped up here on the A line. The Hindenburg, who's kind of in that bizarre position we talked about earlier, and he's going to start getting punished here badly, just trying to get flipped and get out of there. They're about to drive a Conqueror and a Stalingrad into B.
And that Daring's going a big brain move right here with the AP on the side of the gearing, trying to find that little plate to go at.
There goes your Moskva.
CAST losing their first ship of the game. First blood going to Rage here on trap. Up a cap, up a ship.
Yeah, and that Hindenburg, I didn't think he was going to be able to get out of there. Yeah, it's probably not. It looks like
Not the way that...
No, he hasn't been... I'll be a bit of a jerk for a minute. Doesn't feel like he's been conning that ship very well. Right? He had the ability to back way up and kind of get where he could turn without showing, I think, the broadside of the Stalin. He could have kept his broadside behind the island, right?
Yep.
And made that turn to at least run away, and he didn't do it, and it's going to cost him his ship.
Yeah, Des Moines going to pick
he's got a heel going, but
Yeah,
there it is.
It's only a matter of time.
There it is.
There.
And now this gearing on the A line is super duper alone.
Yeah. And I think the Daring is going to get killed too, because that Daring can kind of be a bit more aggressive here.
Yeah, he can. This poor gearing has no backup.
Yeah.
Now, while all that's been going on, Rage has parlayed that into the B cap. They have a cap advantage, and they're only a little behind on HP from a team perspective. So, I mean, their position at C notwithstanding, they're not in that bad a spot.
But take a look at this going on at A now. Rage is pushing the Marceau after the Yu-Yang. The Yu-Yang is opening up with guns, which basically means, assuming the Yu-Yang is radar, which why would you take a smoke Yu-Yang into competitive?
He's going to be dead momentarily.
Yeah, this isn't going to end well for him.
We'll see what the border can provide. We've seen some shenanigans on the border before, but
Venezia
I
shells.
doubt he's gonna
Venezia
how's that first shenanigan?
Yeah,
yeah.
The first Venezia salvo didn't get anything, but the second one sure did, as the Yang will be going out here momentarily. That'll give Rage back their ship lead. There's a lead change.
Although I do fully expect that Daring to kill this the gearing up here on the northern part.
I feel like Mindbender's game is just extremely limited. It's only a matter of time before he goes out. The question is, if he can take the Daring with him, that's a victory. But that's the best he can hope for.
Unlikely, but it is possible. He is just kind of hiding behind the island. Honestly, just waste as much time as possible.
Yeah,
I was just going to say, at the very least, he's going to take away.
Yeah.
He's going to keep Mojo busy. But look at the Stalingrad big guy coming up. He could possibly get his guns in to help.
Yeah. Des Moines is going to have to be careful here. But that Conqueror...
Mindbender...
That's an odd position. I know he's got the heel, but a lot of damage for pushing into the B cap.
And broadside to a Kremlin? I mean,
yeah,
that doesn't feel very good.
This could be a big bite right here.
He got a good hit on the Des Moines. There goes Mindbender.
Yep, he's screwed.
Here comes the Kremlin shells on the Conqueror.
And not that big.
A solid hit, but not a lot worse. Not a catastrophic one.
I expected more.
Yeah.
The B cap is definitely where all the action is for the moment, especially now that Rage has been cleared out of the top of the map.
There's also Kleber Torps coming in at marksman. That was a very questionable decision to push in there. He might eat Torps for his worry here.
He's not slowing down.
He's not slowing down. He's actually turning out into these. This will be the end of this Conqueror.
And he DCP'd. Oh god, he's gonna take like all of them.
He's gonna take about all of them. Yeah.
Can't heal that.
Remember, these are the French 75 not mini nukes. He's dead.
And just like that, Rage is throwing away a ship. It could cost them the game.
Yeah, not a very good decision there, for sure.
Look at this Marceau. He's going guns hot on Paul the Conqueror, who's full health.
Well, I was gonna say. Ooh! Now, I was going to point out. I was going to point out that CAST's use of Conqueror here as a kiter is, in my mind, the better use of that ship, as opposed to what Rage did, trying to push it into a cap.
100%. Now, big guy coming under focus fire. Surprise, surprise.
Misanma is going to die. For sure.
Well, that was. I mean, Misanma's been low for a while. I mean, it's just a matter of getting shells on him. But there we go.
Same thing with big guy though. He's going to be. I mean, he's just getting peppered from the side by the daring.
Yep.
Seems like
Oh, yeah.
SEAST, short of something catastrophic happening here, should be able to take care of this game.
They've really come back. We were talking earlier about how
Mhm.
Rage had really good positioning and everything, and then just
Yeah.
everything went wrong for him.
Yeah, I mean,
agree.
I don't. I did like their position at A and B. I really didn't like the position at C. It feels like the C deployment just gave CIST 2 free kills that they didn't have to. I mean, I'm being a little unfair, but it feels that way from the outside looking in.
Oh, you're absolutely right.
I concur.
But I'm sorry. There are two very questionable decisions. You guys have been talking about the Conqueror position in B. And the other one is
The Salem just got destroyed.
Jesus. Kremlin.
That has to have been
Bye-bye.
at least a triple sit right through the bloody bow.
And then the other question, of course, is why is the Marceau opening up on a full health Conqueror? There's nothing to be gained from that.
There's no need for that, and now I feel like Rage has kind of just decided, well, we've lost. Let's just have some fun on the way out or something. I'm not sure exactly because. Yeah.
Maybe they broke into the aiming fluid a little too early.
I guess. I'm not sure, but I mean, Rage still has a cap lead, but they're definitely upside down on ships and firepower and board position, in my opinion.
Yeah. So, I mean, the Marceau, like, he could have been shooting at the Hindenburg that was much lower on health. But that's the point I'm getting at, is, like, I don't understand that decision. It felt like they really overpushed into the Conch and Hindenburg when they could have easily just stopped and then rotated back to deal with the group that pushed out of C.
Now, I will say, I really like what Mojo's daring has been doing forever, which is basically just harassing the bejesus out of this Stalingrad, daring him to do something about it. And the Stalin's had bigger problems. He hasn't really been able to do much.
Yeah, big guy's not going to deal with that. He's got to deal with the Kremlin and the Des Moines. And I'm sure that the caller for Rage is screaming at him, you got to get up there. You got to get those shots on the Kremlin and the Des Moines. But
he has a heal coming up shortly. He does have a chance to make a big boy play here, but we'll see about that. He needs to be careful
comes the radar.
maneuvering next to the island that he doesn't. Let's see, does the Kremlin have the turret turned? Yeah, he's getting the back turret turned at least.
Wait a minute. There's a Hindenburg that can pen 50mm armor. And, Conqueror exists. Goodbye, big guy.
And there was that.
And that's what the Conqueror is for. And look at Paul. He's got 3 frags already in this game. Just that long-range, dead-eye Conqueror spam has proven its weight here in this one.
Oh, so tired of Deadeye. Can't wait for it to be gone. I mean, at least we're seeing ships fight. I can't complain about that, right?
Oh, look at that. Just the rear guns. 8K, fire started on the Montes.
All right. Target selection. I just watched both of those Rage ships salvo a bow on Kremlin when he's right next to a Des Moines they can see. Why would you do that?
Yep.
Especially the Montana.
Yep.
The Montana can punch that Des Moines right through the bow and just laugh at him and make him cry. That's the shot you should be taking.
Yep. But they're looking at the Kremlin, and they're looking at his percentage, probably, and they're saying he's so much lower, we can get him down.
Well, he is. Okay, now here comes the shot on the Des Moines. There we go. I mean, not an amazing hit, but again, a minute ago, you could have thrown all 12 shells, and you didn't.
Yep.
Target prioritization, fellas. It's a thing.
And once again, Mojo kicking back with the AP, just like, give him some pepper.
Yeah. That Des Moines might be able to get the kill before his next reload is up. Nope.
Wow. There it is.
Goodness.
So SEAST is going to win, but I give them credit, but I think Rage did make some rather poor decisions there mid-game.
Yeah, I definitely feel like I mean, we talked about it 2 or 3 times. I don't like the C deployment. And I'm with you guys, shoving the poor Conqueror into B when it wasn't really necessary.
And Warlord beached.
Yeah.
That was the biggest mistake. Like, I mean, there's a potential for BB plays mid to late game on this map to maneuver around in B and get side shots and stuff, but that seemed like it was extremely poorly timed. No.
Yeah.
Well, good game to both teams, but SEAST is going to get this win. It's going to be their 3rd win today, and while I will promise nothing until final scores are in, that means that they should probably move on to day 2.
Yeah, their BBs put in some work. 5 frags combined.
Yeah.
I saw you, Conqueror. Taking advantage.